Everybody, and welcome to a brand new series on the channel, Football Manager 2022. The Spurs beta save is done, and we are next up with Sunderland. We are rebuilding Sunderland. The aim of this save, win the Premier League with Sunderland, hopefully within about 5 to 6 seasons, but I'm not too sure about that because we've got to go from League One to the Championship to the Premier League and then win the Premier League within 2 or 3 seasons, which is probably not going to be possible. But we're at Sunderland, and now those of you that follow me on Twitch, link in the description below, might think, Dave, Sunderland nicked a player that you tried to sign for Wrexham. They did, and I could have been petty and not managed Sunderland and not said I want to rebuild them and make them a Premier League force. But I haven't. I've gone with it. I thought they'd still be a good team to do. They're recommended as a rebuild as well, and I think it's a good place to start. We're replacing manager Lee Johnson, who arguably has much better attributes than us, but he's now unemployed and we've got a job. If we have a look at our profile, however I can do that, we're a tactical defensive coach, and we'll probably get asked about that in press conferences, but that's what you do. This first episode, we're going to look at the squad. We're going to go through and see. We're playing Juventus in a friendly cup. Who else is in this? Who's organised that? Have Juventus organised that and gone, let's just pick 3 really rubbish teams so we win some silverware? That is ridiculous. Sunderland, Albacete and Penafiel. I've never even heard of Penafiel. Second League of Portugal. They've got the Second League of Portugal. They've got someone in the Spanish Federation 1B. And they've got us from League 1. We could finish second. Well, we would have finished second if we weren't playing the hardest bloody team in the semi... Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so now my little rant is over. This is what the club want us to do. Develop players using the club's youth system. Work within the wage budget. We've got to reach the playoffs this year, where they got 4th last year and lost in the playoffs. So I'm hoping we can win the league. Reach the 3rd round minimum of the FA Cup. Reach the 2nd round of the Carabao Cup. And then basically try and get a contract renewal, I guess is what we need to do. Work towards gaining promotion from the Sky Bet Championship. So they do expect us to go up in the playoffs and then work towards getting promotion, then win promotion. Okay, they're on pretty much a same time scale that I thought. Like, they pretty much won League one season in the Championship, up from the Championship, and then sort of solidifying the Premier League, I guess. But yeah, that's going to be tough. So diving into the squad then, a lot of you, I'm sure, would have watched Sunderland Till I Die, and a lot of those people are still here. Luke 09 came off very well in that series. He will probably be starting for us. He's quite versatile as well. Right back, right wing back, or centre mid. Pretty good all-rounder, a bit small, so probably would be a wing back, I think, like right back, wing back sort of thing over here. But overall, looks pretty decent, does look pretty good. Current club captain in real life is Corey Evans, who is the man on the thumbnail, if you're wondering who that was. Great teamwork, good work rate. Yeah, going to be our ball-winning midfielder, more likely, in holding midfield. Corey Evans, I want to say, was once of Man United. Yes, he was once of Man United. So that's always a bonus in my book. Anyone that comes from Man United is always a positive sort of intent. He's considering the role as an assistant manager once his playing career is over. Excellent. Not the quickest, but will clearly should be above a League One sort of level. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. The infamous Will Grigg signed on the deadline day episode of Netflix's Sunderland Till I Die. I was going to say Drive to Survive. That's the wrong sport. Great series though. Go and check it out if you haven't seen it. Drive to Survive. Absolutely brilliant. Will Grigg signed on deadline day. Massively overpaid. £3 million. Really didn't get a good return. He is on loan at Rotherham. I still think we could get goals out of Will Grigg. I think that's someone we could get goals out of when he comes back. I don't know. We can't recall him. We'll have to see how it goes. His contract, when does his contract expire? Because he's going to be on an absolute packet. 10 grand a week, and we're still paying £5,000 of it. Bloody hell. That's a good point. Let's look at the finances. Okay, so the finances aren't too bad. 6 million in the bank, which is pretty decent. £200,000 transfer budget. Ironically, I had more than that as a starting budget with Wrexham in the conference. So it's not brilliant. Next season's budget is a guaranteed £2.64 million, which is amazing. And then the wage budget, we're pretty close to the wage budget, but next season's wage budget is already going to be 145. So we may have to shift a few people around as well and just see what we can do there. So in terms of staff that we have at the club, we are owned by Swiss Kirill Luis Dreyfus, who I wasn't too sure of. He brought in Patrick Truna as a director. We have David Jones and Igor Levin there as well. We have a director of football in Christian Speakman. who looks very good. We're going to be asking him for some recommendations. Really good judging of ability and potential. We'll do the negotiating, but hopefully he'll be able to recommend some players that we can bring in, which will be amazing. We also then have obviously, we have an assistant manager of Jamie McAllister. Now, I'm not against getting rid of the backroom staff and bringing in my own people, but to be honest, Jamie McAllister does look pretty decent. If we don't ask him to judge anyone's ability, then he's not too bad at all. Good people management. People management, motivating, they're pretty much the main ones I look at for an assistant manager. Tactical knowledge is good if they're gonna ask you to do a lot of things, and he obviously asks you likes to work with youngsters, which is good. My only concern, he's also a defensive coach, and we need someone to sort of balance out my defensive abilities with more attacking abilities. Now, hopefully, we will have coaches that can do that. We're not going to go through everyone. We're just going to look at the sort of key points. So, head of youth development, Lewis Dickman, working with youngsters 20, judging player ability 12 and potential 12 as well. So, again, probably won't be replacing him. He seems pretty decent for a club of Sunderland's level at the moment, which is good to go. Goalkeeping coach, David Preece. Yep, you're fine. You can stay. You've got a green in there, which is all right at the moment. And then we go into some coaches. Performance analysis, James Young. We probably should get an upgrade because he isn't very good. We could probably find someone better than him. And then head physio is also one I'm interested in. Physiotherapy 16 is fine, but he's wanted by Bournemouth, Brentford and West Brom, and we're not going to be able to hold them off, I'm sure. So, yeah, we've got a few decent things in here. Elliot Dickman, yeah, you look like a pretty good under-23s manager as well. Could have better player ability and potential, but everything else isn't too bad. So the backroom staff doesn't need too much improvement, to be honest. It does look pretty good. So heading into the hierarchy and the dynamics, then we have Aidan McGeady as a team leader, which is okay. Someone at 35 years old on 10 grand a week, I could see us moving him on, trying to get a little bit of money for him at the age of 35. He played 29 times last year, scoring 4 goals. Never really have hit the heights of these sort of... I mean, that's not really even heights, is it? 35 in 7, 34, 11 in 34, 4 in 15. Yeah, not sure. Then couldn't cut it going back to the Championship, so came back from Charlton. If we get a bid for him, I might put him on the transfer list. I know he's a team leader, but at the age of 35, I sort of feel like any money you can get, it would be worth it, although it looks like he has just signed a new contract. Started in 2021, expiring at the end of the year. No, okay, we can get rid of him. That's fine. The other team leader then, Corey Evans. We've already looked at him as the club captain, which is good to see. Luke O'Nien is in there as a highly influential player, and then you get the wodge of like influential players. Alex Pritchard from Huddersfield. I didn't know he played for Sunderland now. Okay, he's going to be crack-a-lacking in our central midfield. A free transfer from Huddersfield. That seems like a good piece of business, that. Yeah, I like the look of that. Free kick taking 13, tries long-range free kicks, runs with ball often. What's your dribbling? 14, yeah, okay. Places, shots, finishing 10, composure 13. Yeah, okay. Tries tricks as well. What's his flair? Where's flair? 14, yeah, okay. You seem like you are going to be a very good attacking midfielder at this level, which is absolutely wonderful. We've got Gooch as well. Gooch. Lyndon Gooch, the American. We'll probably keep hold of him. 25 years old, 4 caps for America. He is wanted by Birmingham and Preston, though. Not the quickest, like overall as a winger, but at League One level, you'd like to think he's going to be pretty damn good, to be honest. Now, I am open to suggestions of who we need to buy, where we need to recruit, what we need to improve. We'll know more as we keep going. Dennis Sirkin is in here as well. I think ex-Spurs. Yeah, £1 million Sunderland paid for him. So he's probably going to be our starting left back just for price alone. But overall, it's not too bad. Ross Stewart up front. Yeah, not really good physical attributes, which is good at a lower sort of level. Target forward is a good position and ability to have in this year's save. So it looks like it could be get crosses into him, 6'2". Then we have Nathan Broadhead on loan from Everton. He's a bit hit or miss. He's Welsh though, so I'll keep an eye on him for my Wrexham save, which is great. And Leon Dejaku, who is more of a winger, maybe a false 9, finishing 9. Okay, so I think a striker is definitely on the cards, definitely. But overall, the squad isn't looking too bad. It's really not looking too bad. So looking at the season preview then, well, new managers, Richie Wellens at Doncaster, Stephen Robinson, us at Sunderland, and Liam Richardson at Wigan as well. We don't actually get any players. Oh, yes, we do. We get Corey Evans in there as a key player and Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle as a centre-back or left-back. 17 years old. On loan from Man City. Okay. Nice. I like that. That's very good. We will go and look at loans from Premier League teams as well. See if we can get anyone. But yeah, we don't get... For a team that's predicted... Well, we're currently predicted to finish 9th. Our little intro bit said the media prediction was 1st. So that's interesting. Okay. They say 4-4-2 is how we're going to line up. Standard, balance, mix. That is... Not how I play at all. Key player, Callum Doyle. Hot prospect, Dennis Serkin. Average age squad is 24. Comparing that to Sheffield Wednesday then. Barry Bannon is their key player. Fesio Delabashiru, who's on loan from... Was he Spurs? Oh, he was a Man City player as well, and they bought him in. Okay. 26 years old. Ipswich, Tyree Simpson, Vaclav Hladaki, the goalkeeper. 26 as well. 28 for Wickham. Okay, so we've actually got quite a young squad, it looks like, compared to most of our sort of rivals in the season preview. So that's going to be very interesting. Obviously, you've got Rotherham, Wickham and Sheffield Wednesday who all came down. And that's going to be very interesting to see how we get on against that. And then you've got Franchise United, MK Dons in there as well. Matt O'Reilly, Brooklyn Ayunga is in there as a hot prospect, 23 years of age. So they've got a young squad as well. No, interesting. It should be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this save, to be honest. It should be good fun. Okay, so looking at the season ahead, then the schedule. We've got our friendlies that we're going to do sort of off camera, and we'll look at some transfers. We'll probably come back for deadline day as well, because that's always a fun episode to do with how it's been reformatted in FM22. We're going to start with Wigan. So a pretty big game to start the season at the Stadium of Light, though. So we're going to be at home, which is amazing. And then we've also drawn a Hull in the Carabao Cup first round again at home, which should be good. MK Dons are in there, so it's a pretty tough start to life as Sunderland manager competitively. Burton Albion, Wimbledon and Wickham see us get a little bit easier. Wickham will be pretty tough. Sheffield Wednesday's tough, and then we have a run of Acton, Fleetwood, Bolton and Cheltenham, which is 4 very winnable games. Portsmouth, Oxford, Gillingham, Crewe, Charlton and Rotherham around October. And January is always, in the lower leagues, is always full on because you're going to get cup games in there, hopefully, if we progress, of which the money always helps, so that'll be lovely. But yeah, the Christmas, December period and January period is always absolutely manic. But we will be coming back before that. FA Cup first round hasn't been drawn yet, so we don't know who we're getting there. But yeah, interesting start to the season with Wigan, Hull and MK Dons. It's going to be sort of chucked deep into the fire for that one. So in terms of affiliates, we don't have a senior affiliate club, which is probably realistic because Sunderland obviously are quite a big club just playing in a low division. We do have Gateshead though, where we can loan players out to them, a local sort of affiliate. Gateshead's very close to Newcastle and Sunderland, and Darlington as well is up there, semi-professional, okay finances, but Gateshead are professional in the Vanarama North, so if we've got good upcoming youngsters we might send to Gateshead for a bit of game time. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of facilities then, the stadium condition is good. Obviously the Stadium of Light is a massive stadium for the level Sunderland are currently playing at. It was built in 1997. We have good corporate facilities, superb training facilities and excellent youth facilities, which is amazing. Youth stadium, the Academy of Light as well. So the youth team have their own stadium, which is really, really good. Just looking at a general nature, there you go. Media prediction is first for us this year. We have a 2.5-star national reputation. We're the manager. Corey Evans is captain. The key player is Callum Doyle. And the hot prospect is Dennis Serkin. So we've had a sort of quick overview of the club. We've had a quick overview of some of the players, the finances. Let me know how you think we're going to do. How long do you think it's going to take us to get out of League One, to get out of the Championship and get into the Premier League? And can we win the Premier League with Sunderland? It'll be very interesting to see what happens. If you are a Sunderland fan, please do get all your help, advice, all of that stuff in the comments below. It would be brilliant to get as much help as possible in this one. We're going to crack on. I'm going to go and do pre-season, maybe hopefully get some transfers done. We'll be back for the start of the League One season. If you're looking forward to this season, please do leave a like, subscribe, and there'll be plenty more content on the channel. Go check out all the other stuff. Go check out the Wikipedia Wanderers podcast, link in the description as well. And for now, I'm out. Cheers.